Hello students, let us continue with the next chapter, that is refraction through a lens. This is video number 20 part 1. Now what is lens? Everybody knows that lens is a transparent refracting medium. Lens is a transparent refracting medium bounded by either two spherical surfaces or one surface spherical and the other surface plane. So this is what lens is. Now lenses are of two types. Lenses are of two types. This topic we have already studied in class 9. The first is convex lens. Convex lens, and this lens is also known as converging lens. What it is known as? Converging. This lens is also known as converging lens. Now, a convex lens may be of following three kinds. One is this is called biconvex, and the next one is this is called plano convex. Then the third one is and this is called concavo convex. So these are the three types of the convex lens. This is called biconvex. This is also called double convex or equiconvex. So it means that it has both its surface convex. Both the surfaces are convex. That is why this is called biconvex, double convex or equiconvex. Now in this case the one surface is plane and the other surface is convex. That is why this is known as plano convex. Then the third one is one surface is concave, another is convex. So that is why this is known as concavo convex lens. Now move to the next. The next is concave lens. Now this lens is also known as diverging lens. Again it is of three types. This is biconcave, then this is plano concave, then another one is convexo concave. Sorry, this is convexo concave. So this is your biconvex, both the surface are y concave, both the surface are concave, then plano concave, one surface is plane, another is concave. Now here one is convex and one is concave, that is why this is known as convexo concave. Now the next topic is action of a lens as a set of prism. In other words, you can say that I will take only one case, that case of convex lens, means the lens R is made up of prism only. Now you can divide it like this, this and this. This. Means that the refraction of light through a lens can be understood in a simple way by considering a lens as being made up of a set of prism. So further you can simplify it. You can do it like this. You can take it like this. So this is prism, and from the center it is just like a rectangular glass slab. So we will move like this only. Now the convergent action of a convex lens. First of all, let's see that it is like this only. Now let a parallel ray of light is coming, striking this surface. Striking the surface means it will bend and it will strike to the another surface. Again it will get refracted like this. Now as we know that when a ray of light falls normally at the surface of a rectangular glass, so without any deviation it will pass like this. Now again the parallel ray of light. Now the base is the downward direction, so it will bend towards the base. Again the refraction of light will take place, and just see that after the refraction through the lens, the rays are converging at a point. So that is why the convex lens is convergent in nature. Then the next is this is divergent action of a convex lens. Again the ray of light, parallel ray of light is coming. Now base is this, so it will bend towards this, and then it will refract like this. Now the ray which falls normally or perpendicularly without any deviation, it will pass. Again you can take another ray falling, the base is in this direction, so it will bend toward the base and then it will refract like this. Now these ray appears to meet. appears to meet at a point. So this is the divergent nature of the concave lens. The ray which is parallel to the lens, so after refraction it diverges. When it diverges, it seems to appear at a point, and this point is known as focus. What it is known as? Focus. And here this point where all the rays after the refraction meet, that point is known as focus. Now some technical terms related with this lens, like first of all, two spherical surfaces are taken. Two spherical surfaces are taken like this. One is small and one is large. Now this is the center of this sphere and this is the center. Now the center of the, now this is a convex lens. So convex lens is made up of these two spherical surfaces. So now the lens is the part of this hollow sphere. Now the lens is the part of this hollow sphere. Now the center of the sphere, this center of the sphere for which the lens is part of, is called the center of curvature. Center of curvature. This first technical term is center of curvature. Once again, the center of the sphere, both the sides, you can take it C1, you can take it C2. This C1 and C2 are the center of curvature of the sphere. Now, once again, the center of the sphere for which the lens is part of is called the center of curvature. So, next is the radius of curvature. Next is radius of curvature. Now the radius of the sphere whose part is the lens. Whose part is the lens. From here to here. This is called the radius of the sphere. From center to surface. Like this. So the radius of the sphere whose part is the lens surface is called the radius of curvature. Now the principal axis. Now it is the line joining the center of curvature of the two surfaces. Now you can take this line. This line is called the principal axis. This line is known as principal axis. Once again, it is the line joining the center of curvature of the two surface of the lens, that is known as principal axis. This is the line joining the two center of curvature of the two surfaces is known as principal axis. Now move to the next, optical center. What is optical center? Optical center means this center, this one center is known as optical center, or in other words, it is a point on the principal axis of the lens such that a ray of light passing through this point emerges parallel to its direction of incidence. So this is optical center. In other words, you can say the center of the lens is known as the optical center. Optical center. So these are the. Now the Next, the next is first focal point and the second focal point. First of all, I will take first focal point. First focal point. Let this is the lens, this is the optical center, and this is the principal axis. This is the optical center and principal axis. Now just students see that this is lens, and both side of it the medium is same, means air. Both the side of the lens medium is air, so the focus will be same on both the sides. Now it depends if you will place the object here. You can place the object to your right side or to your left side also. Now if you will place the object this side to your right side, so first of all just divide it into two parts like this. So what will happen? If the object is always placed on the principal axis. On means up, not downward, always up. So if the object is placed on the principal axis, so what will happen? The parallel ray of light will come in. So what will happen? After the refraction, they will meet at a point like this. The ray of light is coming. After the refraction, the ray of light will meet at this point, and we know that this point is known as focus. So this focus is known as F1. This focus is known as F1, and this is also called first focal point. Or in other words, you can say the first focal point is a point F1 on the principal of the lens, such that the rays of light coming from it after refraction through the lens becomes parallel to the principal axis like this. Or in other words, even you can take it like this. Let this point object is here. The ray of light is moving like this, and after the refraction the ray of light will becomes parallel. After the refraction the ray of light becomes parallel like this. Even you can take, this is called first focal point. Now the second focal point. Again, this is the lens divided into parts. This is the optical center, this is the principal axis. Now the ray of light is coming from infinity. Parallel ray of light is coming from the infinity. Now after the refraction they will meet at a point. So this point is known as second focal point. This point is known as second focal point. So like that you can go through this concave lens. First focal point, the ray of light is coming from the infinity. After refraction it becomes parallel, and it seems to appear falling at the focus. So this is the first focal point, and here the ray of light is coming now parallel. After the parallel it diverges, and after diversion it seems to be passing through the focus. So this is known as second focal point. Don't forget students, in this case the focal point is F1 is here, The object is here, point object is here, the ray of light is coming and becoming, after refraction, becoming parallel. So in this case the ray of lights are coming parallel to the principal axis. After the refraction they meet at a point, and that point is known as F2 or second focal point. Now the next few terms: focal plane, a plane normal to the principal axis passing through the focus is called focal plane. So generally this type of question can be asked to you in the exams. So focal plane, once again, a plane normal to the principal axis passing through the focus is called a focal plane. Then first focal plane, a plane passing through the first focal point. So there is difference between first focal point and first focal plane. So a plane passing through the first focal point and normal to the principal axis of the lens is called first focal plane. Like that, second focal plane, a plane passing through the second focal point and normal to the principal axis of the lens is called second focal plane. Now the focal length. Now focal length means the distance between the optical center and the focus. So this distance between the optical center and the focus, that is known as focal length. Now all the distances, either it is a convex lens or a concave lens, all the measurements should be done from the optical center only. Whenever you want to measure something, the length of the image or the object, so you have to measure it from the optical center only. So once again students, so medium both the sides, medium both the sides is same. Here is air, there, here is also air. That is why the F1 that is equal to F2 only. If the medium is not same, means if here it is glass and here it is air, then the focal length both the sides will not be equal. F1 should not be equal to F1. It is only possible if both the sides, the medium is same. Now the next is rule or principle for construction for ray diagram. Even this we have done in class 9 also. The first rule says, I will take a case of convex lens, just divide it into two parts. Let this is the optical center and this is the principal axis, and let this is F1 and here it is F2. The first rule says that a ray of light which is passing through the optical center, without any deviation it will pass. This is the first rule. The ray which passes through the optical center, you can write it O. So without any deviation it will pass. So like this, divide it into parts. This is the optical center. A ray of light which is passing through the optical center, without any deviation it will pass. Again here it is F1. In this case this is F2, and here in this case it is F1. So without any deviation will pass. Now this is the first rule, and now the second rule is, first of all just draw the lens only. Divide it into two parts. This is the optical center. Let this is the principal axis Again, this is the optical center, principal axis. Again here F1, let this is F1, and here it is F2, and here it is F2, and here it is F1 at equal distance. Just now we have done the ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction it passes through the focus. After the refraction it passes through the focus. Now in this case, the ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction it diverges. It diverges and it seems to pass through the focus. This is the rule, second rule. Now the third rule is draw the ray diagram. Divide it equally in two parts. This is the optical center. This is the optical center. This is the principal axis. Again, this is the principal axis. This is your F1, this is your F2, and here it is your F2, and here at the same distance it is your F1. Now in this case, rule says a ray of light which passes through the focus. A ray of light which passes through the focus, after the refraction it becomes parallel. After the refraction it becomes parallel. This is the third rule. The ray of light which is passing through the focus, after the refraction it becomes parallel. So this is the third rule. Now for this, the ray which seems to pass through the focus, you can do it like this. The ray which seems to pass through the focus. The ray of light is coming and it seems to pass through the focus. So after the refraction it becomes parallel. It becomes parallel. So these are the three rules in order to make the construction for ray diagram. So you must follow it. Even we have done this in class 9th also. So you must practice it. Now the next is, there are two types of images, real image and virtual image. This even we have done in 9th class. I will just explain. Here it is written, a real image is formed due to the actual intersection of the ray refracted by the lens. A real image can be obtained on a screen. A real image is inverted with respect to the object, and whereas the virtual image is formed when the rays refracted by the lens appears to meet if they are produced backward. Then a virtual image cannot be obtained on a screen. So virtual image is erect with respect to the object. Don't forget, students, that real image is inverted, virtual image is erect with respect to the object. Now the examples for the real image: the image of a distant object formed by a convex lens, the image of an object formed by a concave lens. So these are the distinction between real and virtual image. Now some constructions are given. Construction of ray diagram for lens are given when the object is placed at different position. So just practice it, and you have to follow only the three rules. Like in the exam, this type of question can be asked to you. Like study the diagram given below and name the lens L dash. Just see that the ray is parallel, and after the refraction it becomes passing through the O. Means this is the focus. It means this is a convex lens. So you have to complete the diagram also. Now you can take this. So what type of lens it is? Just now we have done the ray which is parallel to the principal axis. After the refraction, if it diverges, it means this is a concave lens. And then you have to complete the ray diagram. So that's all. In the next video we will do how to draw the diagram. Thank you very much.